the importance of something. And you see me become even bluer when I see no reaction from you guys. But that's a different issue. Okay? But the whole idea is that I try as much as possible to highlight what now might not seem that obvious to you. Because I know from my own experience that it is important out there. So, coming back to what we have at the moment the two possibilities. You can either do the 3 years and move on to the +2, as I have already mentioned, in the master's level, or you can actually do the normal 3 years, go out, go to work, or don't, and do a full master's by research only. That option will still be available. Obviously, when you do a master's by research, you have got to understand that this is going to place a lot of emphasis on what? On your researching individual work capabilities. And we would like to see that you can do this before you actually embark on something similar. So we're going to be stronger. We're going to be more strict as to who we're going to get into a simple, straight in to do a research master's. But everyone has got the possibility to move from the 3 to the +2 thing. Now the problem here arises, obviously, and it's another aspect of what I wanted to talk about, the funding, which you see at the back of me over there. How can we help you? Okay, let me start off first by saying what is hidden, what isn't there. What isn't there is at the moment a petition that we are trying to put through to the rector of the university, but it doesn't depend on him, obviously, it depends on the government at the end of the day, to try to achieve stipends for postgrad students also. But this is still not here or there. We don't know if this is going to happen. It depends very much on what, right? On everything. But what we have at the moment in place are the schemes. These are not our schemes, they're not university schemes. These are schemes available to the country and to the nation as a whole, as you see over there. The first one is the STEP, Strategic Educational Pathways Scholarships, which is a recent ESF, the Social Fund, the European Social Fund initiative, to allow people to get some funding for them to pursue their postgraduate studies. This happens up until the year 2013. Obviously, I'm assuming that when the year 2013 comes, there'll be another, maybe steps 2, I don't know, or something else that will come instead of this. But for now, till that year, this is available. So you might, a lot of my students, my ex-students, have been working in companies. And by the way, this is something very interesting also. I've seen a dramatic, humongous, I would say, increase of people working in companies coming back to wanting to do a master's. A large amount. That means there is a need. These are good students. Most of them were top of the range and have good jobs in industries, have been working for a long time. The whole range of industries, the whole range of ICT industries on the island, from ST microelectronics all the way up to Hob and everything else. You name it, they are there. And they come back. They could have stayed. They've got good jobs, good money, good everything. But they feel that they need some postgrad input, something where they can pursue something that they find is interesting, something that they know there's outcome to. There is the Malta Government Scholarship Scheme, MGSS. This is a long-standing, this is always there, but the numbers are limited. Numbers are limited, and basically they try to take the top creme de la creme. STEPS is more open, I would say, at the moment. Then we have the Meet My Potential Scheme, which is basically targeted at those doing evening part-time education, where you get tax rebates to compensate the money that you have to pay for the courses in which you enroll. That is currently in the 2nd year or the 3rd year, I'm not sure. It keeps on perpetuating. There's a possibility too. There are the Commonwealth scholarships. Obviously, these are always there too. But again, the numbers are very limited here, and you have to share and compete with other countries in the Commonwealth. But again, Maltese students are found always to be amongst the best. I'm not saying this because you're here. This is simply a fact. Okay? Everywhere you go, every industry abroad here in Malta, if there's a person who has been taken on board, that person, and the person is Maltese, he or she does a good job, usually, and is highly regarded. That's true. We then have got project employment. What does that mean? Most of the lecturers employed in the Faculty of ICT, and I assume in the Faculty of Engineering also, have a number, one or more projects going on with the EU. And they regularly cycle through these projects, they regularly start new ones, and every time funds are given for employment of people on the project. And the mechanism, the common mechanism is, you come on board as the person helping on the project. Sometimes some development is necessary, sometimes some administrative work or accounting on the project is necessary. While you're there getting some money, it's not too bad, but it's not out of this world, right? Getting some money coming in, you can at the same time have the luxury of having your supervisor next to you, doing a master's with him or with her, right? And getting a little bit of help from the money that you're getting from the project. There's that possible scheme also. But these are not like the others, regular, established with an application form, and you know when they're going to happen. These are things that might happen or not. It depends on the status of the projects at the moment that happen to be going on within the faculty or the departments. And finally, the last option that you have is part-time education. You could also be employed with a company. I have at least 2 students with me at the moment who are doing that. You're employed by the company. The company sees the need to upgrade the person and sends the person, gives the person the time and the allowance to be able to take time off from work and pursue part-time the masters. That also happens. And that is something which we like very much, because it doesn't only give us the impetus of, look, there are people from industry who would like to come back to us, but there is industry who is acknowledging that we are doing good enough to their people to be able to sacrifice their own people, the time and the money to allow them to come to pursue a master. So it's a bit of a recognition, if you see what I mean. Okay, I don't know, I have other things to say, but time is pressing, obviously. So what I will do is I'll stop, and if you have any questions to ask, please do.